which I've never seen a blue raspberry grow on the trees or anything like that. So I don't know if the blue raspberry is some sort of mythical fruit that you can only find in some sort of mythical land, or if it's just some sort of chemical concoction that candy manufacturers created. Hey, what's up? It's Who the F is JC, your unofficial junk food connoisseur, back again with another snacking related video. So this whole summer I've pretty much been on a crazy new flavor of soda or pop kick. I call it pop where I'm from, but some of you guys get really offended if you call soda pop or vice versa. But anyways, I've been a huge pop kick this whole summer. Been drinking new flavors from Mountain Dew, new flavors from Coke. We've even tried a crazy new flavor of Gatorade, which was cucumber, lime cucumber. Ooh. You want to see how that turned out? Check out the video of that review right here. But we're back again. In this video, we're not going to taste test one or two flavors. We have 4 flavors of a pop that's based on one of my favorite candies as a kid, and that's Warheads. Look at that. We got blue raspberry, we got lemon, we got green apple, and we got watermelon. And real quick, I want to say thanks to Hakuna Mata from the YouTube channel. You usually see him down below in some of the comments talking about some of the different flavors I've been trying, but he's up. Hakuna Matata, member of the YouTube community. You see him commenting in videos down below. Hakuna Matata is crazy, okay? He's a crazy mofo who's living out of his car, traveling the country, seeing sights, living life, I believe, with him and his fiance or him and his wife, and they just happened to stop by some sort of a, I don't know if it was a rest stop, some sort of a market in the area that they were visiting at that point in time on their adventures across the country, and grabbed some because I was unable to really find them in my area, but I've actually discovered some spots where you can probably look and try to find these in your area as well. Now, before we get to the actual taste test, I'd like to ask, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, drop it a like, leave a comment down below. What childhood candy would you love to see turned into a flavor of pop? Let me know down below if there's a candy you'd like to eat as a kid that you'd love to drink as an adult now. Also, if you enjoy my content, please subscribe to the channel. And if you are willing and able and you want to see me taste test snacks live, check me out live on Twitch, twitch.tv/whothefisjc, where I do just snacking streams where I taste test new snacks, exotic snacks, things from different countries, all sorts of stuff like that. And again, twitch.tv/whothefisjc. So again, we got 4 flavors of Warheads Sour Pop. So I'm trying to remember, like back as a kid, these were like one of my favorite candies. They were so sour, and you buy them by the bag, and you'd get these little itty bitty teeny tiny little throat lodging sized candies in like a foil wrapper. And you could tell you'd open it up, and this little candy would be covered in like a white, not even like a dust or a powder, but like a white film. And I think that's what gave it its sourness. And they were probably the most sour candy I'd ever experienced. It was like those and sour gumballs. It was always a contest to see who could handle the most sour candy with me as a kid, and kids in school, kids in the neighborhood, who could handle the most. And I wasn't gonna be a bitch. I wasn't going down, and I would suck on those Warheads so hard. I would suck it so hard, so many. I'd have so many in my mouth and suck them so hard. I actually burned a little hole in my tongue, like, there'd be there was like a little sore on my tongue, and it also would hurt the roof of my mouth. I ate so many at one point in time, one summer. So we're gonna try to avoid any sour candy related injuries with these, but we are gonna taste test 4 flavors. So we have blue raspberry, lemon, we have green apple, and we have watermelon. So I believe this is also a black cherry, but I've had so much black cherry flavor so far this summer with the new Vernors, the Vernors black cherry, and all that kind of stuff. I was like, let's take a break from the black cherry. Let's try some of these flavors that seem like they'll be way more sour than others. I've also got a couple of little Tostitos chips, plain chips, to kind of have a little bit of a palate cleanse so I don't get confused with the different flavors that we have. So I'm gonna go in order of what I feel is gonna be the most sour flavors of these pops. So I'm gonna start with blue raspberry, because I think blue raspberry is gonna be the least sour of them all. So you can see we got the Warheads guy, they got the blue raspberries, which I've never seen a blue raspberry grow on the trees or anything like that. So I don't know if the blue raspberry is some sort of mythical fruit that you can only find in some sort of mythical land, or if it's just some sort of chemical concoction that candy manufacturers created for people who just want to pretend like they're eating healthy and eating some kind of fruit. But we're gonna get things started here the way we always do. We got a clear cup, we got the pop. We're gonna crack it open, give it a sniff, see if you can identify some of the flavors of the aromas. Pour it in the glass. I'm assuming this is gonna be like a blue colored soda, and that's what it looks like in the can too. You can't really see on the camera, but I'm not getting much of a scent right off the first whiff. It kind of smells kind of candy-ish, but not getting much. But let's see what color it actually is and see if we get a better scent with it inside the cup. Oh, there we go. Yep, definitely a blue colored pop. I love it because in that I can tell people I'm drinking a Windex. Like, I think for a prank, I want to take like different colored sodas and pops and pour them into like a squirt bottle and then make it seem like I'm just drinking some sort of a cleaner, some sort of a detergent. It smells very chemically. I can see definitely a raspberry scent coming from the pop. So it's definitely strongly scented raspberry. It's blue. So let's see if we got that blue raspberry sourness. This is gonna be sour like the new Voodoo from Mountain Dew, which I think is still Sour Patch Kids. It's sweet and then sour. So I'm hoping it's gonna have some of that tart bite of the sourness and some of the sourness that you get from the candies. But enough jibber jabber. Let's suck back this blue raspberry. It's got some tartness for sure. It is reminiscent of the Voodoo. I don't know if I'm picking up too much of the blue raspberry flavor, but it's sweet and tart at the same time. Like, it's sweet, and then you get a bit of a tart finish on your tongue. I'll take another sip here. It's good, I like it. It reminds me a little bit of like the blue raspberry Laffy Taffy, or not Laffy, Airhead. The blue taffy, blue raspberry Airhead. It's kind of the flavor I'm picking up. I didn't really eat a ton of the blue raspberry Warheads, if that even was a flavor. I remember apple, like a strawberry, or an apple and a grape, not an apple. Apple, cherry or strawberry, lemon, and maybe watermelon with the flavors. I remember the Warhead candies coming in, but they may have expanded their line since I was a kid. Because I'm talking elementary school age. I'm talking like 6th grade going into like 7th grade is when I was in my Warhead phase. But it's good. It's sour. It's not like something I'm rushing to the store to get, but it's a fun pop to try. We'll take it straight from the can here real quick. Blue raspberry pop, which is a cool flavor to have in the sample, and it does give you a bit of that sourness in the aftertaste. But if you're looking for information on how to get them, right here, drinkwarheads.com. Maybe that'll help you find spots where you can get it. So, like I said, I'm gonna take a little bite of my little tortilla chip here. Hakuna Mata found these in a market on his vacation. I have not seen these on any like chain stores. Whoops, I'm shooting crumbs out at everybody. Now, I have heard different markets, like smaller markets, like if you're in the Michigan area, there's a VG's that has some. You might also be able to find these at more of your mom and pop, like liquor store, party store, bodegas. But I have not seen these at any like big name, big chain stores. But I also haven't looked at Walmart. Walmart would probably be my first guess, so you could probably find these there. But you're looking for a place where you can buy like cans of pop individually. And I know I've seen it at, there's a Fresh Market near my place. There's also a VG's that people have told me that they've seen it at in the Michigan area. And I've also seen it at the liquor store that I found my lime cucumber flavored Gatorade. So these are in the cooler. I don't know if they had all the flavors, but I know there's definitely still a black cherry flavor that's available as well. So continuing in order of what I think is going to be the least sour, the most sour, I'm going with watermelon. And I wonder if this is going to be very similar to like the Major Melon that Mountain Dew put out, that my man crush John Cena was promoting the shit out of. So I'm assuming this is probably going to taste kind of like the Major Melon, but it's going to have a bit of a sour aftertaste, similar to what we just experienced with the blue raspberry. But I'm going to crack it open, give it a whiff. There we go. That squirrel's dropping acorns, bouncing up, hitting the windows. You heard that in the background. Again, I'm not picking up much of a scent of watermelon straight from the can. The hole might not be big enough. Not getting much of a scent, but Got a fresh cup. Look at that pink. The pink bubbly liquid. I'm again not picking up much of a watermelon scent. A hint. It smells, I'm smelling more like the chemical pop scent without like the raspberry scent I was getting from the blue raspberry. It just smells kind of like pop, like chemically flavored pop is what I'm picking up scent wise. But let's see what it tastes if we got that sour watermelon kicking in. It tastes sour with a hint of watermelon. Like I feel like I'm just tasting, you know, I'm picking up more watermelon scent as I'm talking about it. But it's also like, there's like a struggle on my tongue. I don't know if it's because of the saltiness of the tortilla chip that I just took a bite of, but it's almost like a struggle. Like it almost felt like the watermelon flavor and the sour were doing like a little taste bud dance on my tongue. It was very strange, but we'll take another sip here. Again, not as strong of a watermelon flavor as I was expecting. Like the Major Melon Mountain Dew, bam, it's like a fucking watermelon just took a shit right on your tongue. This one is more of a subtle watermelon flavor. It's more of like a sourness, more of a tartness, but not specifically watermelon. You get a bit of a watermelon aftertaste, and then you do taste some of the watermelon as you're drinking it. But you almost feel like the difference I'd say between this and like the Voodoo so far with the Warheads pop is I would say you're getting a bit more tartness as you're drinking. It's not as sweet as the Voodoo. The Voodoo 4 has got more of a sweetness as you're drinking it with like a stronger sour aftertaste. This is kind of like a steady sourness throughout as you're drinking the beverage and the aftertaste. But then the aftertaste has a bit of a hint of the flavor. I definitely feel like the blue raspberry had a stronger flavor than the watermelon, but we're gonna take a sip straight from the can, get it straight from the spigot, and see if the bubbles and stuff changes as they're entering my mouth from the opening in the can. You definitely feel more of the carbonation, but again, I'm not getting much of a difference. It's a very subtle watermelon flavor, which is not bad. I almost prefer this one over the Major Melon because I feel like Major Melon was too much watermelon. It was like, bam, watermelon shitstorm right on your mouth. Bam, you know, like when they say Major Melon, they weren't joking. It was like a fucking military drill of watermelon happening right in your mouth. So again, we're going in order of the flavors I think are gonna be the least sour to most sour. And while I prepare the next flavor, I'm gonna take another bite of my chip here. But I think sour apple is gonna be the next one in the hierarchy of sourness, from least sour to most sour. And sour apple is never one of my favorite flavors of candy. It was never one of my favorite flavors of the Warheads. And I feel like there was always a debate between me and the other kids between which was more sour apple or lemon. And I always thought lemon was the most sour. A lot of people would say, no, sour apple. And then, you know, they call me a fucking booger brain or a butt nugget or a crap crusader or some childish insult like that. You know, and then we'd go about our business and go play basketball or, I don't know, we'd go ride bikes, whatever the hell we were doing back then. Probably playing NES, probably Nintendo Turtles arcade game. That was a classic as a kid. But anyways, so I think sour green apple is gonna be the next one. And I'm out of plastic cups, so we're gonna pour it into one of these fine, I think these are wine glasses. This is a classy wine glass with the skull and crossbones on it. But let's crack it open, see if we get some of that sour apple scent. Yes, so my nose instantly got hit with the scent of sour apple. So I have a feeling the flavor of the sour apple is gonna be a bit more strong than the watermelon because I wasn't really getting much of a scent of watermelon. You kind of got a hint of the flavor. So I'm gonna guess that the flavor is gonna represent the strength according to, yeah, like it smells like green apple, like a green apple Jolly Rancher. Much like the, whatever the angry apple is in the new flavors of Mountain Dew, or thrashing apple. So, it smells good though, but I've never been a fan of the green apple flavored candies. They're never my favorite. I could eat some. I love like those suckers around Halloween time, like the caramel apple suckers with the green apple and the caramel, but that's because I love the caramel. but I was never a big fan of the green apple. Very appley. It almost smells like apple juice. Like they nailed the scent of apple on here. So now let's see if the flavor is there and the sourness is there. Because right now, blue raspberry is the most sour one that I've had out of the two. The watermelon was kind of weak. Ooh. Green apple is good. You definitely taste the green apple. It tastes like you're drinking a sour green apple beverage. It's definitely very sour, very tart. You feel it on your tongue at the first time, the first little splash of it on your tongue. You feel it. You can tell it's apple the second you start to drink it. It's good. This to me is like a great beverage to drink around Halloween time. You got that crazy green color. It ties into fall with the green appleness, the sourness is something different. Not something you would usually drink. This would be a great pop to drink around Halloween time. And might have to go pick up a couple cans of this and see if my wife digs it. I know she's into some sour stuff, and I think she digs the green apple. But this would be a great beverage to serve out like a Halloween party right here. This one for sure. Still not super sour. It's definitely not as sour, I would say, as the Voodoo 4, but I'd say it's a little bit more sour than watermelon, but I still feel like the raspberry. Maybe the blue raspberry, I think, is more sour because it was the first one I tasted, but I would say it's not as sour as the blue raspberry so far. But it is good. I do enjoy it. It does make you do that, you know, that tartness, that kind of puckering, you know? But yeah. Pucker. Makes you do that. Take a sip straight from the can. From the can, so far is the best. It really gets the bubbles going, really gets that carbonation activated, and it really swirls around in your mouth to where your whole mouth feels kind of sour. But still, again, not too sour, but this is a great fall pop to drink. Would probably be pretty good to find some kind of an alcoholic beverage you can mix with it. I don't know if Fireball would work with the sourness and the spicy heat of the Fireball, but I like it. So far, out of the three I've tried, I like the sour apple, which is shocking because I'm not a big sour apple candy guy. So, another cleanse of the palate, another bite of the tortilla. Get some saltiness, some blandness on the tongue. Brings us to what I would feel was the most sour of all the Warheads, lemon. So this is sour lemon. I have a feeling we're gonna crack it open. I'm assuming it's gonna kick me right in the mouth with like a lemon odor, like a lemon pine sol, but we'll see. But I'm gonna crack it open. There's not really much more to add or say other than just fucking drink the pop, James. Just drink the pop, James. Oh, surprising. Not as strong of a scent as I imagine. I don't even really smell anything. I feel like I'm just smelling a cold aluminum can. So you got another glass here. Astronomicon glass. Yeah, one of the greatest cons in the state of Michigan. Make sure you check out astronomicon.com. Fun con every year. New dates for March have been announced. March 2023. I want to see you at Astronomicon. Pour it in here. I do like that all the flavors of pop are all the colors you would expect them to be. Like the Coca-Cola weird flavors were like Coke colored. It was weird. Coke colored with weird fruit flavors was very bizarre. But now we can call this what? Bigfoot piss. Yeah. But no. So we got the lemon Warhead right here. I'm gonna give it a sip. Actually, it smells like Sprite. I'm picking up a scent like Sprite. It's like watered down Sprite is the odor I'm picking up. All right, cheers. I think I was right on the level of sourness. Again, it's not too sour, but I do feel like it's the most sour of the four that we sampled. And it's weird because it smells like Sprite, but it doesn't have like that same lemon lime freshness of Sprite. It's a different experience. It's hard to tell. It's too hard to tell. But it's sour and it's lemony limey. It tastes like a more sour, bit of a watered down Sprite is what I would say. Because it's not like Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist has way more lime, I feel, than what Sprite does. Maybe even like a 7-Up. Let's say it's like a weaker, more sour 7-Up. I'm confident with that comparison. Take another sip. But I feel like there's something different about the way the sourness hits you with the lemon. The lemon sour hits you a little bit differently. Like you feel that in the back of your throat. Like it gets you in the back of the throat, while the rest of them kind of do their little dance. They do their thing on your tongue. This shit hits you in the back of the throat. Take a sip straight from the spigot. Yeah, I'm definitely confident with the watered down sour 7-Up comparison. And I'm gonna say, rankings of most to least sour. The least sour was watermelon. The next least sour, blue raspberry. The next least sour and most delicious, green apple. And then the most sour, I would say, is lemon, but it does taste more like a watered down 7-Up with the sourness that hits you right in the back of the throat. So overall, I mean, I think they're good. Like, I don't mind. I wouldn't be mad if some of these were options to drink. I'm not rushing straight to the liquor store to grab some, but I think it's a fun pop to have. It's a great conversation pop. You know, people can like try it. It seems like a good little, grab a few cans, have some friends over, try them, pour them into glasses, experiment with different kind of cocktails you can make with them. But especially the green apple. Come up with a green apple cocktail for this Halloween. I'm telling you, Warhead Sour Green Apple is the pop to have at your Halloween bash this year. So, not bad. I'm actually surprised that they pulled it off with some of the sourness. I was hoping they'd be a bit more sour than what they actually ended up being, but tasty. All around tasty. I think the one I liked least was watermelon. That's my least favorite, and that's because it had such a small amount of flavor. It didn't seem like there was enough flavor with the watermelon, but that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. If you can find these Warhead Pops somewhere else, let me know. Also, down below in the comments, what childhood candy do you want to see turned into a pop? I want to know. Tell me about it. And once again, thanks to Hakuna Mata for taking the time to grab these pops and bring them to me in Michigan. I don't even remember what state he was in, but I know he took them across country. So thank you so much, Hakuna Matata, for hooking it up. Thank you for thinking of me when you saw those Warhead Pops. I really appreciate it. And best of luck to you and safe travels, Hakuna Matata. Stay safe on the road, okay? Don't do anything too crazy. Don't try to wrestle a bear or a mountain lion or anything like that. I know you're camping out in the car. So make sure you stay safe. But that's it for this review. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you do enjoy my content, please subscribe to the channel. Any kind of interaction you do, whether it's dropping a comment, hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, it all helps me in the YouTube algorithm. So anything you can do to interact with me, please, it helps. And I try to respond to every comment and interact right back with you every single time you interact with me. So also, don't forget, you can find me live on Twitch, twitch.tv/whotheFisJC for some just snacking. I'll give you a little link to one of those episodes right here if you want to see what it's like to taste test snacks with me live on Twitch. Follow that link right there. Again, twitch.tv/whotheFisJC for live taste tests of exotic snacks, new snacks, crazy flavored pops. We take guesses as a mystery flavors of pops and all that kind of stuff. So join me there. Well, without anything else to say, I think that's it. Thanks so much. We just taste tested 4 pops in one video. I think this is a new record for me. I think that last record was 3, maybe 4. I don't know. Maybe I'm tied. But thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll catch you next time. Until then, sayonara, sucker!